stuff.
T3 Media.
Hey guys, it's the first show of 2023 and I'm in the driver's seat tonight. We're going to talk about the concept of the show must go on and a deep dive into Avatar, The Way of Water. We'll see what Chris did there on that write-up. And we'll see what you guys have to say as we read your comments and questions tonight on The Rundown.
Here we go. Yeah, see, there we go. See, it wasn't no bad. So the code open. You did it, guys. Welcome back to another episode of The Rundown. It's Thursday, and I'm not the host, so I'm going to just introduce myself. I'm Chris, and I'll let our host introduce the rest of the panel.
All right. Well, we also got the lovely, the beautiful, the talented Joy over here.
Hello.
And then there's me, and I am Tabitha. So love to have y'all tonight.
You gonna love to explain what's going on today?
Before we get started, though, don't you want to do?
Yeah, I mean, I'll use this time to break down what was going on right now. We decided that we're gonna switch around the chair. So Tabitha is going to be our main host for the show. I'm not going to throw her 100% to the wolves,
please don't.
Today, but the first week of every month we'll have Tabitha hosting, and then I'll host the next week, and then on the third week of every month, Joy agreed that she will be steering the ship. So we're going to do it like that. So it's the first week of the new year.
First week of the new year.
First of the month.
First of the month.
Yeah.
First episode of 2023, and this lady right here is
Surprised he
leading
didn't
us to victory.
sing you some Bone Thugs. It's his favorite. It's his favorite.
It's not the first of the month. But like Tabitha was alluding to, before we get started, let me read my notes because I'm such a damn professional. Before we get started, please hit the like and subscribe button. Become a subscriber. Let us know what you guys think at all time in the comments section. And share your thoughts in the live chat because we're going to be monitoring those as well. We also have our navigator, Nixon. She's in the live chat as well, making sure you guys keep it safe, keep it clean, or keep it dirty, whatever you want to do. If you like it, I love it. So we reach our overall goals and donations. I think we still set the bar at like $25 in super chats or in donations. So if you want to donate and support the channel in any way, shape, or form, that would be great. Whether it's through, we'll tell you how you can do that in a little bit. Then that will activate our what was it called again?
The Rundown After Dark.
Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. Love that for us. Hopefully, so we can get that going tonight. And if we have some time by the end of the show, we'll do our regular, why is that trending? And we got your mail kind of stuff. But if the price is right, we'll run down after dark. I've committed to a tight 30.
Oh.
And I'm going to commit to that. I'm going to commit to that. But
that's what you
want. Every single time. Every single time.
Yeah. Okay. Well, lead us into. Could you mind leading us into the? Since you're the host, you want to lead us into the.
All right. So to start off, we got.
You got to pay some bills.
Yeah, we got to pay some bills.
Go for it. I was just helping you out.
So before we get started, please take a moment, smash that subscribe button. We really need that. Like this video. We really need that. And share your thoughts in the live chat. So don't forget that. And then
tell your friends to watch.
Yes. Get people here. Watch the live. Out. We need to get back into this live watching scenario. It's much better that way. Plus we get to interact with y'all. It's great. It's absolutely great. So if we reach the overall goals, remember, we're going to really activate the Rundown After Dark. That's what we're going for today. Because he's been trying to get NC-17 on us. Every week.
That's why no one's donating, because no one wants to see that.
And we're going to tell you how you can make all those donations happen. So
this is how you can support the channel.
And this is how you can support the channel. Make it happen, Captain.
If I can get the thing to slide over.
Hey everyone, want to know how you can support the channel? You can start by smashing the like button on this video, share, and by leaving comments during and after the live stream. It won't cost you a thing, and it really does help us out. As mentioned earlier, tipping is always appreciated with a super chat to go along with your question or comment. Not only will it help us get close to reaching our goals, we will also respond to your super chats as they come in or during our We Got Your Mail segment, guaranteed. Can't send a super chat here on YouTube? Another way you can get your tipped question in is by going to streamlabs.com/T3Medias/tip. You'll see a page that looks like this, where you can submit your name, comments, and donation. You can also find T3 Medias on Cash App, and for our Twitch viewers, you can donate anytime. Thanks for the support, and now here's your host with the latest in entertainment news.
All right, guys, thanks for watching that. We also want to say thank you to our navigator, Nixon, for putting that prompt together for us and sharing her voice on all the ways that you can help this channel. So, yeah. All right, let's get into some entertainment news.
Entertainment news. Yeah.
Here we go. We're going to start making him do jingles now.
Oh, yeah, I should. I should be doing jingles. All right, entertainment news, guys. So the concept of the show must go on. Let's get into it. Okay, so we started the year off pretty weird. So let's talk a little bit about the concept of the show must go on. So this is how we started the year. Jeremy Renner's snowplow accidentally hit him in a critical condition and put him in critical condition this past Sunday. Then on Monday, millions of viewers witnessed Buffalo Bills safety Damar Hamlin, 24, suffer a cardiac arrest and collapse on the field during a game against the Cincinnati Bengals. The NFL said that the Bengals will not resume this week. So, Joy, what do you think about the way our year kind of started off?
It's been already wild. Also, I mean, I know that, well, I don't know if you know who it is. And he doesn't remember. We watch a lot of Ridiculousness, and Rob Dyrdek's the host of that, and he has a lot of guests come on. And one that he's had on repeatedly is Ken Block, who is a stunt driver, race car driver. Okay. And he was killed in a snowmobile accident on the same day as...
What?
Yeah. So
that didn't get covered a lot.
Probably because that's a specific niche of people, but yeah. I recognized him because of my love for Ridiculousness. Yeah. I knew that he was on numerous times.
Gotcha.
As a guest on the panel.
Okay.
I didn't hear about that.
I didn't hear about that one either.
Tabs, what about all the craziness that we started the year off?
So sad. Like, just the insanity in which certain things have happened, you know, and 24 years old, have cardiac arrest, and just, I mean, goodness gracious, that is so young.
Well, it doesn't really, I mean, it can happen to anybody. It's being hit at the right moment, at the right spot and the right moment.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. I wonder if this is going to, do you think that this will cause any changes within regulations?
I mean, they clearly, I think, have had people request more padding.
Gotcha.
Maybe they'll finally get it. I don't know.
But I think, I agree. I'm pretty sure they're definitely going to talk about it, especially since they didn't continue on with the game because it was so horrific for a lot of people, and that moves us into, again, like the topic of this segment, like the concept of the show must go on. So
like when it's appropriate, like when it's not.
Exactly.
Like, yeah.
So that saying, let me show you guys where that saying actually came from. So the origins of the phrase "the show must go on" when a circus performer got injured performing their death-defying or otherwise demanding act, or when an animal got loose. Supposedly, the ringmaster and the band would keep the entertainment going so the crowd wouldn't worry and panic, and thus the expression "the show must go on." That's where that came from. So we're going to talk about a few examples of, like, I thought maybe we could come up with them, but I know we were all busy, so I came up with three.
The first one, though,
to talk about, and I think Nixon also had a good one as well. I think on this one that we're about to talk about. So the first example that I know, and it's kind of weird that I'm the one sitting in this chair because I'm right next to the Brandon Lee poster. So
it's normally my seat.
So 1993, Brandon Lee, son of martial artist Bruce Lee, died while filming the movie The Crow in Wilmington, North Carolina. A prop gun had been squib loaded, causing the blank cartridge to propel the bullet into Lee and kill him. Contrary to urban belief, the footage of his death was not kept in the movie. Instead, they reshot the scene using a different actor whose death in the film was by a throwing knife.
Which is, okay, so the whole concept of, I thought, because for the longest time, because I was obsessed with The Crow when I was younger, really did think that they showed his death.
Oh yeah,
that was like
legends.
That was like a major rumor for the longest time.
It probably propelled the movie.
And I really thought it happened that way. Like legit, I remember going, "Oh my god!" And they have that scene in the movie, and that was what everyone was saying back then. So I didn't learn about how they had used a different actor for that scene until I was an adult, like rewatching it. And then like something came up with The Crow a few years ago where they like,
Jason Momoa was thought to be in it.
Oh, that's right. And so like it like started conversation about it.
Yeah, they've been trying.
We didn't have the power of Google back then. Look up all the
anything you remember. Anything you remember from that time when all that went down?
I mean, I love that movie.
I love that movie.
I remember that was the first like behind the scenes like tragedy that really made me think about how movies were getting made, because I was thinking, how are they going to do this? And that was the first time that they dabbed into like computer animation to put Brandon Lee's face above the person that finished the scenes for him. And it was 1993. That technology really wasn't there, and that the budget, I'm sure maybe they were over budget, maybe they still were within budget. I don't know, but with the darkness of that movie, they did a great job.
Oh, absolutely.
With finish. I still to this day cannot tell.
I think I remember more that the constant topic was that he died like his father.
The urban legends and stuff.
That was going on.
There was all the curse and everything. I remember all of that too. And because I mean, first of all, he was another crush. He looks like a lesbian, so it makes sense. But I just remember being really upset about the news, because when you knew about this happening and it was in the news and waiting for the movie and everything, and I was like, no, like I was really into him. And so I was very upset about it. But it was like a big tragedy for back then, and just kind of crazy how it sort of took off story-wise.
I'm just reminding you.
Okay. You be yelling at me? He's over here yelling at me on screen. Gosh.
No, I know, because I know that you're used to being the co.
I am.
And I'm trying to remind you, actually, you're the host.
I know, we got to move on, is what he's telling me. So he's doing what I do to him.
You're like, no. What you do is you're all like, Chris, the bladder's
I do
filling
this.
up.
I do the hand thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're gonna wrap this shit
up. The bladder's filling up, Chris. Roll it into the next one. But there's another example.
There's another example. So in 1999. Owen Hart, a Canadian-born professional wrestler for the WWF, died during an Over the Edge, a pay-per-view event, when performing a stunt. It was planned to have Hart come down from the rafters of the Kemper Arena on a safety harness tied to a rope to make his ring entrance. The safety latch was released and Hart dropped 78 feet, bouncing chest first off the top rope and resulting in a severed aorta, which caused his lungs to fill up with blood. Ow. It's just ow.
I remember that day.
Do you really?
It was on pay-per-view. It was being filmed.
See, I didn't.
Like the weird thing about, so it happening wasn't captured on film, but that was in an arena
with everybody
all the
else.
audience. Everybody saw it. Everybody saw it. He was playing a character, a masked character, like a superhero type of character. And he wasn't the first person to do that entrance. Shawn Michaels, I think, did it the year before. So he was going to do it again, but then that freak accident happened. And I remember them describing, because nobody on TV that was watching the pay-per-view saw it. We just noticed that it was delayed. And then this is one of the examples of the show must go on. Yeah. Because they kept it going. You saw wrestlers walking down the ramp, wiping away tears because they knew they heard, because they worked on him for a very long time. The scene that you saw with Hamill is exactly the way it was going down on that day. They worked on him for a long time. They got him out of there and took him to the hospital, but they were hearing probably like from the paramedics or maybe from the doctors, the calls were coming in, he's probably not going to make it.
I can't imagine the mental strain that would, like, this is somebody obviously that they work out with, that they train with, that they practice with, that they are in, that this is their life. And now this person has basically, they did die very suddenly out of a freak accident, and then you're expected to go and perform. Like, the whole concept of that is just sort of bizarre to me. Like how they can be in the mental state to continue doing
Well,
that.
I mean, I was telling Chris, like, I was like, I don't have any entertainment stories. I'm like, I have healthcare stories.
yeah.
We see that frequently. Somebody dies. CPR being performed. Really crazy things that other people will be like, what the heck's going on? And we have to keep going. We don't get to go home. We just have to go into another room and go, what can I do for you? With a smile on your face.
Yeah. It's not like
how can I help
it's not like
you?
it's not like a desensitized situation. Well, kind of is, but it's her job. She sees it. You see it
Every day,
Every day.
yeah.
For us, it's new.
People don't think about when they were talking about this. They're like, oh my gosh, it's horrifying. Yeah, it is. And a lot of the healthcare workers were like, rightly so. You should be shocked and bewildered, but we kind of want you to think about that when you're seeing other people and going, oh, why this, why that? Like they have stuff going on that you don't see. Police. I went overseas to Iraq. My mother still was worried about it. Me and my brother worked overseas, and me and him joked to my mom. I don't jump at loud noises and stuff like that anymore. It's not like you're not desensitized to it. You're just your skin is kind of hardened. You're hardened a little bit, and it's why I won't say everybody. There's a large portion of the healthcare community. We have very dark and twisted sense of humor because we see a lot of crazy stuff.
This is how you cope.
It's not meant to mean that we don't have a heart or don't have feelings, but that's our coping. Yeah. That's what we do.
Humor you have to use morbid humor in those moments to be able to deal with the hardships that come with having that kind of job and just having to move forward. I can't imagine the mental hardship that y'all go through on the regular for that. It's just, heartbreaking.
And another example of it real quick is what happened right here in Houston, Astro Festival crowd crush. Now, this wasn't the entertainer, but it was the fans, but still, it was another example of the show going on. And so on November 5th, 2021, a fatal crowd crush occurring during the first night of the 2021 Astro World Festival, a music event founded by American musician Travis Scott that held at NRG Park in Houston, Texas. 8 people died on the night of the concert, and 2 more died in the hospital over the following days as Scott was starting to sing at approximately 9:34 p.m. A man yelled at the camera operator multiple times from the bottom of the media towers to stop the show, which went ignored. A woman soon joined him, climbing his ladder onto the platform to shout the same concerns of someone dead in the crowd. After also being ignored, the other concert goers came up onto the platform to join her, but another audience member told them about that the crowd would take care of it. People are fucking dying. Was what there was. I want to save someone's life at approximately 9:42 p.m. Scott stopped performing Skeletons mid-song for his third and final time of the concert, and after noticing an unconscious attendee. It took over 10 minutes for him to stop the show, and that was it right here in Houston. That's another example of the show must go on kind of situation. That mentality where in that situation, I don't know if they believed it or believed that it was as bad as they thought it was. That's why he kept going. But the people were pleading with him,
that was actually one of the major issues with that whole situation is they would not stop. Yeah, there were so many people telling them that this was happening, that people were getting hurt, that a 9-year-old boy was disfigured. Literally, and people are begging them to stop, and they would not stop it. They just refused to stop the show, and he is literally on stage. I just didn't know how he didn't notice.
I mean, to be fair, I mean, being on that stage, it's probably the lights are on you. It's probably dark down there, and in your mind, you're like, there's people that are security that are paid to handle whatever is going on down there. But I'm up here, and people shout out a lot of stuff all the time, all the time. So, but when that many people are saying the exact same thing,
you stop.
And it didn't, and I'm always not joking, but I'm always, I guess I'm bragging, like in the real estate world. I always tell Joey, I say, whenever I get a client that gives me their laundry list of what bad or what wrong thing that their last realtor did, I do the opposite. And that's what a lot of performers did. The second, like when I think Billie Eilish, I think there was a bunch of artists after this happened. The second it looked like something was going on in the audience, they immediately stopped the show, turn the lights up, because they did not want to go through this.
I've seen so many performers before the situation happened where they have literally stopped the show that because a man was groping a woman. Yeah. They saw the small act of a man.
I've seen that happen in real life at a club.
And they've stopped it. So if they can do that for a small act that is harder to see within a crowd, why couldn't he stop for where a mass group of people you see something's going on and people are screaming to stop and nobody's listening?
I can understand when one person is doing the trouble. Then it's like, okay, we have people on the ground. Oh, my lower third isn't fixed. I'm Tabitha on this one. I forgot to fix that one. I'm Tabitha. But I can understand when one person I fixed yours, but I didn't fix mine. When one person says it, but like I said, when multiple people are coming in and saying the same thing, it should have went
absolutely.
on. But yeah, that's it for entertainment news.
Yeah, let's do this.
What are we moving on to the next thing?
We are now going to get started with the reviews. But before we do, here's how you can link with T3 Media Studio and The Rundown.
Ooh.
You can connect with T3 Media Studios on all of our social media platforms when you go to our Linktree. On Linktree, you can find things like our Amazon wish list, IMDb, Instagram, TikTok, as well as our official blog at t3medias.com. If you can't watch the show live, you can always find the podcast version of the latest episode of The Rundown or our movie reviews on our Talking Through the Movies podcast. Find links to your favorite podcast provider and subscribe to The Rundown and Talking Through the Movies podcast today when you find us on Linktree. This is your navigator, Nixon. Now let's get to the review.
All right, so we're coming back to the review. So we're going to be reviewing Avatar: The Way of Water Deep Dive.
Oh, thank you for saying deep dive. Yeah, so Nixon was giving me shit about that.
Oh, I know.
About that lame
the corny. She's like, "Are you going to do that corny joke?"
It's a deep dive. Not just because it's look. We normally do reviews. Okay, we review movies. Sometimes we do spoiler reviews. But this is this is what I call a movie talk. We're going to talk about this movie, not just. Now, what did you think about it? No, we're going deep. And then I said,
that's what she said.
That's funny as hell. Because I'm hilarious. Because it's true. It's a deep... Anyway. All right, you're the host. I'm sorry, Trisha.
Whatever. All right. Let's move it on to the...
Avatar: Way of Water.
Way of Water. All right, you want to start it off?
Yeah. In this spoiler... sorry. That was the original... There's the original graphic for this spoiler talk. So spoiler alert, guys. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler. So if you have not seen it, don't listen.
Right. Don't listen. Come back later, and after we finish going deep.
Oh my God, that's what she said.
Be deep. I won't say it. Right, babe? You don't want me to say it? No? All right.
She's like, don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
You sinner. All right. Let's go. We're going to quickly run down what's really been talked about and going on with Avatar: Way of Water since it's debuted, man. I was one of those guys, like I've always said, that let's not focus on part 2. Let's really focus on part 3. It's been so many years since the first one, blah, blah, blah. I was kind of in the doubting James Cameron business. I mean, it was the middle of the pandemic. It was no way this movie was going to make that much money during that. But James Cameron was like, look, get that pandemic. I'm going to hold this movie until after the pandemic. And
he did.
Hey, he did. And let's starting off with the first talking point, the box office.
Yes, sir.
Real quick, let me see if I can get that on screen. Okay. Yes.
Chris's predictions are...
I love me some boobies. I legitimately never looked at this movie in that way. I really thought I giggled.
You were immersed in the story.
I was. I giggled because this teenager was like having his own gay panic over.
You were experiencing the deep dive of wow.
God.
Deep dive.
Oh my God.
Deep dive.
He just wants that phrase too.
I want every time we do an open talk like this, to call it a deep dive.
Fetch is not going to make it.
Yes, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Was that it for our deep dive?
That was it for the deep dive.
Yeah, and we've gone over time, so we don't have time. We've made it into a full hour. So
Heck yeah, we did it in an hour.
yeah, we did it. We made at least we did a tight hour. Okay. Maybe this is an hour show. My dream of this being a
You
tight
talk
30.
too much for that to be true.
Me? What? I almost pushed the button on you. You lucky I missed it. All right. You want to close the show off, or that's it. That's
it. That's what we got.
All right. You want me to close it out?
Close it out, man.
All right. Guys, so we don't have time. We're not going to go into why is that trending or we got your mail, but we are going to record a we got your mail. We have Navigator Nixon. Was there anything in the chats? We got a few. We got a minute.
There wasn't much. Nixon wants to know how come we didn't mention that Stranger Things Noah Schnapp will came out today as gay.
Oh,
which I was like, I guessed that a long time ago.
I mean,
I didn't know it. Which character? Who?
Will, the one who's in this whole last season, he's been trying to tell people something, and
maybe he had a discussion with the writers, and that's why they wrote it in for his character, because he was saying that.
I mean, he hasn't said it in the show yet, but I think it's coming.
Yeah, definitely. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's cool. Okay.
Yeah.
I guess we have what, less than a minute left. That's there was one other thing that I had on my notes for what did I have it
which makes sense as to why he and Millie Bobby Brown are. People always want to know why they're not together. Well, because they're just super best friends. He's not into her like that.
Yeah,
that's cool.
He does really.
She's got her gay best friend.
She does. Those are always when you can lock those in as a kid. It's a good thing.
Yeah. And before we go out to a full hour, I did have on why is that trending? A rumor about Ezra Miller might stay as the Flash moving forward. It ain't happening. That's all I'll say. I won't waste time on that.
Really?
It's because if Henry that's the only thing you're going to hear from everybody. You fire Henry Cavill, but you keep Ezra. No, so that's guys, it's not happening. Maybe people inside Warner Brothers are going maybe, but these are people who aren't Peter Safran and who aren't James Gunn. If they are not saying it, don't worry about it. It's not going to happen. All right, that's the show, guys. I want to thank our host. So I'm gonna put her back on the hot seat and let her close the show out.
What? I got nothing to close with.
Go for it. End the show off.
What do you want me to end it with? All right. Well, thank you guys for watching the show. It was a hot mess as always, and we appreciate you staying tuned and dealing with Chris over here.
And if you want to follow me,
if you would like to follow me, for me. You can find me on TikTok at Let's Have Fun 012 or on Instagram at Tabitha.Jordan.18. And then if you would like to follow Joy,
you can find me on TikTok at Just Joy or Instagram, which is Scrub Caps and More by Joy, or my Etsy store.
Ooh, yes. Get it.
The same. I'm out there.
Do it. And then for Chris, even though we really don't like following him,
you can follow me at Tabitha.Jordan18 and learn about all my adventures for me live on TikTok, as I'm on every day, all day, having conversations about things of like laser tag. I'm sorry. Correction. Lesbian laser tag, lesbian go-kart racing, lesbian arcades.
Jason would like you to end it with a jingle.
Oh, which jingle going to be today?
What do you mean? What kind of jingle? Like a commercial?
I don't know. He said end it with a jingle.
Well, there was no super chat for that. But
make a super chat happen for that jingle, man.
How a jingle? You gonna put me on the spot?
You can go with the. Justin Timberlake on SNL, and he would do the "Bring It On Down to Mediaville."
There you go. There's your jingle.
I like Joy's version way better.
There you go. Now. There you go. Yeah, because I couldn't have thought of anything. But
that was so good. I liked it. I liked it.
Running on down to YouTube or something. I don't know. Like we're running down. I would have totally botched that one. So there's the jingle. I guess. Okay. Talking through the videos. So we're for the Rundown crew. Like I said, I'm Chris Fagan, and thank you guys for joining us live. The Rundown was brought to you live in front of a studio audience of jingle lovers.
I know, obvious. Lots of jingle lovers.
Yeah, that sounds like a kink.
I'm sure it's out there. Don't Google it. That's dangerous.
Yeah, don't go. Yeah, hashtag jingle lover.
Smelly cat, smelly cat.
Yeah, yeah. You don't want that at the orgy. All right. So next time, guys. I forgot to hit this one. Anything else you want to say before as we're closing it off?
Me?
As being our
Oh, well, thank y'all for letting me somewhat try to get this host thing down. I don't know why he wants this, because we all know he likes to hear his own voice. But yeah, I've had fun.